Welcome, this is Joshua Benoist with Autodesk Product Support. We're on video 22, where we're talking about beveled takeoffs. Here is the problem statement. Pause it if you need to. And where we left off, we were talking about, well, how do we plan out this L here? Um, do we set a constant value, or do we use a formula? There's no guideline over here on this one, so I think this would be a good one to maybe model a little bit. And you can't really do a formula and then set a minimum in Content Builder. The functionality doesn't have that ability at the moment. So if we use this formula here, 1/4 W, and W in our case is going to be, since we got a round branch, it's going to be diameter. So let's pick a diameter, 12 inches. So we're coming off with a 12-inch branch. Divided by 4 is 3. Well, that would make L equal to 3 inches. With a 4-inch minimum, 3 inches may not be too bad, but I don't know that we really want to go smaller than 4 inches. Most of the time you're going to use a branch that's around 12-inch diameter, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24. You start getting much bigger than 24-inch round duct, and you got to have some pretty big ceilings. People start switching to oval duct and rectangular, and so that's kind of the range we're looking at. Let's say we've got a 24-inch divided by 4. So you've got a 6-inch. It's greater than 4 inches. So I think we might want to just go with a fixed value here and say 4 inches. And I got another idea now. So why don't we say length A2 is equal to 4 inches. And then down in the size parameters, when we get down to here, we're going to make that visible so that you can set the length inside of when you're adding the fitting in the add dialog. And you get a little compromise there, and I think that's probably the best way to go here. Okay. So what other things do we need to constrain? Also notice, by the way, this thing stayed flat on bottom. Our model did not break. So that's a good keep an eye on that. Okay, so length A3. Now we can trim this down a little bit more, and we could say length A3 should always be 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So I'm going to change that to say 1 inch. Let's look at our connectors real quick. Connector 1, notice it's pointing in the wrong direction, and connector 2 is not even in the right location. So let's delete that. Oh, yuck. Alright, so when we placed these connectors, we did it rather sloppily. And if I zoom in here, this connector here, notice it points in the wrong direction. And this connector over here, not only does it point in the wrong direction, it's not in the right location. It should be at this point there. Not sure what I was thinking when I did that, but it may mean that we have to delete all these dimensions and go over again. And if that's the case, I'll pause the video, fix my connectors, and save you guys the time. So I'm going to select on this guy and say delete, and it's going to tell me it wants to delete everybody. And I'm going to delete connection 1. Oh, it deleted connector 1 already. Alright, next video.